and as you can see, I've just put some self-tapping screws in the sills and on the panels. What's important to note is that I've gone around and I've put witness marks around the sills and around the panels, so I know where they go back in. So, got to take off this panel so that I can put in the seat belt nut, and there's a floating nut for the soft top, and I've also got to put in the mechanism for the boot hood stay. The door, just give it a quick, it's not too bad. Once everything is welded in tight, it'll be a lot better. But then again, this door is not going back on the car because the condition is, I have a better door over there somewhere. As you can see, the original blue, it's going blue, but it's not going that blue. So things we had to do on the inner rear wing was to spot weld in the convertible top frame floating nuts, and this is the one I made this part up because you can't get them, but I showed you that in a previous edit. Coming down, we have the seatbelt anchor point, and so that's all welded in. And on the other side of the inner rear wing, this is the old boot stay. And as you can see, couldn't use that one, couldn't salvage it, and so I bought a new one from Rimmer, and that's all spot welded in now. These are jobs that I'm glad I didn't have to do on the car, because it would have been horrendous to get in and out those places. So a little bit of paint to go on there, and then it's back to the sills. So that's the door off, and the sills have been removed. As you can see down here, I've got quite a few little screw holes to fill in, but that won't be taking long at all. Oops. Yeah, so as they would say in German, the Spiel beginnt, the games begin. Okay, so I've got the inside sill in, and I have cleaned it up a little bit, but a little bit more to do. I have spot welded the outer sill, but when I've come here, this panel here, what I made it too short, so I have quite a gap in here that I won't be able to make up with a weld. So I'm going to have to make a piece to go across here. And so this is a piece I've made, and I think that's going to do the job. So we're just going to stitch weld this in for time being and see how it goes. So I've done a little bit of seam filling in at the front end of the sills. I don't know if you can see it, but I've tacked in the end cap. Hard to see. I've rehung the door. Again, this is not the door that's going in at the end. So put in the end cap in this one as well, just tacked it in for time being. Doesn't look pretty at the moment, but by the time I've cleaned it up, it'll look okay. So, not looking too bad on this thing. So we have the rear inner wing and the B post in and the top front deck in there as well, and as you can see, the rear panel here goes under the deck and under the wheel arch. But goes along the floor plan. The thing I have here is I have a lip here between the floor and the wing, and it's about 5/8 run along the edge, and I've compared this with the other side, which I haven't touched yet. And there is a lip also going along here, so it looks the same, but I wasn't too sure, so I reached out to our friends in the UK, Rimmer Bros, and they tell me that the base of the inner rear panel is supposed to lie flush with the floor, but I can't get there because I don't know if you can see this, but the brackets for the trunk or boot to the deck, I haven't touched those, so that height just stays the same. So I'm a bit of an impasse at the moment, so I'm going to move on to other things. So while I'm going to wait for some replies about the rear wing, inner rear wing placement, I'm going to start removing the outside valance, because this one is toast as such. I mean, I tried to repair it, make up a panel, but it didn't work out, so I've gone this far. I have a new panel sitting over here, so I'm going to start taking out all these spot welds that I put in and see where we go from there. Now I've got to find my spot weld remover now. Well, I'm getting a bit frustrated now. I still have the lip at the bottom here against the floor inside. I'm beginning to second guess myself now because I've done some measurements, and perhaps the newer panels from British Heritage come longer. So I've got a message sent to them to see if they can help me. So, just show you something. I've taken out the rear balances, and there they are in the garbage because they were toast anyway. So I've got a bit of cleaning up here to do anyway. And got my new balances there ready to go in. And I'm going to reclaim the upper valance because it's in good condition. So just to get some welds off and get it going. Until next time, thank you. So what other things did I move on to? Well, I thought I'd just check the angle of the B post again. I've just got it measured out there. And now I'm going to take this and lay it on the other side. And according to this, it's okay, which I'm pleased about.